see you again. Today we're going to switch things up a bit. We've been making a lot of projects with paint and markers, so I thought that we'd try something a little bit different this week. So this lesson has two parts. The first part, you're going to learn how to make marbled paper, and you're going to be using two kind of strange household items. You're going to need to find shaving cream and food coloring. Doesn't matter what color, doesn't matter what kind of shaving cream, but those are the two ingredients that you need to make this type of paper. Now, if you don't have those ingredients in your house, no worries. You can still join in with us this week on our lesson. You'll just find a different piece of paper to use. But if you do have those supplies, join me in part 1 of this video to learn how to make some marbled paper. Marbled paper looks like color is kind of marbled all over the surface. So it's super easy to do. It's easier than it looks, but make sure you watch the video after this to find the materials that you need, because you're gonna need a couple of things, especially for cleanup. So the first part, you're gonna be learning how to make marbled paper. And then the second part, you're gonna learn how to turn that marbled paper into paper folded houses. So you're gonna learn how to make some folded homes. Now, just like I said, if you don't have the supplies to make the marbled paper, no worries. You can make these out of any paper you might have around your house. I happen to have a lot of old scrapbook paper that I used to use a few years ago. That would work out wonderfully. You could even paint your own paper and use that as well. So today we're going to be making marbled paper and learning how to make some fun houses, since that's where we all are right now. All right, friends, I miss you. I cannot wait to see what you come up with this week, and I can't wait to see some of this beautiful marbled paper. Have fun, get creative, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, friends. All right, so let's get started making some shaving cream prints. So the first thing I got was just a kitchen tray. I grabbed something to be able to move the colors with. So you could use a fork, I have this little wooden stick, anything that you can kind of make swirls in your shaving cream. I have my food coloring ready to go, my shaving cream, and then you're gonna need some sort of card. I'm just using an old gift card so that you can scrape off the shaving cream. And then I have 4 pieces of paper ready to go. I'm gonna make several prints, so I have a lot of paper to be able to use. So let's get started. I'm gonna take my shaving cream, I'm gonna shake it up, and I'm only going to use a part of this pan. I just need enough to cover this piece of paper. So I'm not gonna put shaving cream in this area. I'm just gonna put it over here. And you don't need to use a ton. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna take my fork or whatever tool and I'm kind of gonna push it down so there's no little cracks in it. Should be nice and fluffy. And then I'm gonna start to add some color. So I'm gonna leave my fork over on one side, and I'm gonna pick some colors I wanna start with. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow, and all I'm gonna do is just put little drips. Boop, boop, boop. That's it. And let's do some green. You notice I'm leaving some areas empty, and then some blue. Let's see what happens with this. I'm not really putting the colors on top of each other. I'm just putting them next to each other. And then I'm gonna take my tool again, my fork, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the tips, and I'm gonna kind of swirl it through the colors a couple of times until I'm happy with what it looks like. So I'm gonna stop right there. I think that looks really great. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my paper, I'm gonna lay it down on top. I'm going to push down so that I know the shaving cream has touched it all. I'm not smushing it, I'm just kind of tapping it. And then I am going to peel it off. Lay it in the clean area
take your scraper, and all you have to do is scrape off the shaving cream. And I'm just gonna kind of smear it on the edge of my pan. And there you go. There is your first print. Pretty cool, huh? Let's keep going and make some more. This time I'm gonna add a little bit of red. See what happens. Same thing. Mix it up. Lay your paper down. And you might want to keep some cloth around to also help clean up your hands as you go. Peel it off. Lay it down. Smear it off. There's your second. Ooh, this one turned out really cool. All right, friends, go ahead and keep making these papers. All right, artists, so it's time to learn how to make some 3D paper houses using either the paper that you created with the shaving cream, or maybe you just have some paper laying around your house. Like I said, this is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I cut down to a smaller size. You could use construction paper, you could paint your own paper. It is completely up to you. I cannot wait to see the ideas you come up with. We're gonna be creating these 3D houses. You'll notice that I drew some details on my house. I used Sharpie marker for that, so you might wanna gather one of those as well. So I'm gonna do this a couple of times, so if you miss it the first time, no worries. I will go back and teach you how to make these houses a few times. So follow along with me. I will go slow and I'll do it a couple more times. All right, so first I'm gonna start with this larger piece of paper. So I'm going to first lay my paper horizontal. That means it's long ways. Once I have it in that direction, I'm going to make my first fold, and I'm gonna take my sides and I'm going to meet them together. So I'm gonna take one side and I'm going to very carefully bend it over so that I can match up the other side. When it matches, I'm gonna push down in the middle, scooch my finger and rub that crease. And I'm gonna make sure all my folds are really nice and crisp. Once I'm here, it looks like a book or a greeting card. I'm going to make another fold and I'm gonna match the top to the bottom. So I'm gonna take the top, and now you're bending two pieces of paper, so it might be a little bit stiff. And I'm going to match up those two ends. When they match, push down in the middle and fold just like that. All right, we're gonna open it up again. So I'm gonna unfold it, I'm gonna unfold it, and you should see a crease down the middle, and you should see a crease down the side. So I'm going to fold it back halfway, and now I have that crease down the middle. I'm gonna take one side, and I'm going to take the end, and I'm gonna match it to that middle line. So I'm taking one side, bending it, fold, and rub it really nicely. Open it. Do the same thing to the other side, and you're matching it to the middle. Bend it, fold it. Very nice. Open it up. Now here's where it gets tricky. We're gonna take this end and see how it kind of opens up, and I can see that colored paper. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna match one side to that middle line and spread it out. And when you do that, you're going to get a triangle. Do that to the other side. Open it up, push it down, triangle. So now I have my house. If I want my house to be 2D, I would leave it like this. If I want it 3D, I'm going to lift it up and I'm just going to bend it right where it folds. Just like that. So now I have my house. Now I cut my paper shorter. If you want a wider house, you'd have to fold it another way. So let's try it again. This time I'm going to use my marbled paper. So I'm going to take my paper. I'm going to do it this way this time. I'm going to fold it. Rub the middle. Fold again. Rub the middle. And make sure your shaving cream paper is nice and dry before you do this. I'm going to open it up. Here's my center line. I know you can't see it as well, but it is there where I folded it. I'm gonna take one side and I'm going to bend it and match it. And this paper is really thick, so be careful. Bend the other side. Fabulous. And then finally, open it up and bend that triangle. Again. Open it up, bend that triangle. There's my house. Stand your house up. I'm just gonna give it a little bend and another little bend. And there you go. Your house is now three-dimensional. Now mine, when I use the shaving cream, I use a thicker paper, so it kind of likes to spread apart. If that happens to you, simple solution is to glue it. So I'm just gonna take my glue stick and I'm just gonna put some glue on the center part and then stick it together, hold it for a few seconds. And that's gonna help it from not opening up on you, which will help when you're drawing your facade, the front of your house. So there you go. And then from this point, when I'm gonna draw my house, I'm gonna lay it flat again. It's much easier to draw flat. And then on your house, and this is the back of my shaving cream paper, you can tell it's a little messy. You can start to add the details of the front of your house. Get creative. Maybe think about what the outside of your house looks like. Do you have windows? Do you have one door or two doors? Do you have a plant out front of your house? Are there windows next to your door? Do you have a balcony above your door? Maybe you're fancy and have a balcony. Think about what you have and what you can add to yours to make it more interesting. And you could even add windows, bushes, whatever you'd like to the sides of your house as well. Please feel free to make a whole village of houses. The more, the better. Friends, that is how you make a three-dimensional house. Good luck. I cannot wait to see all the cute little homes you make.